Welcome to the channel, it's your boy Skater V. On today's video, we're doing a review on Bioshock Infinite. It's a standalone title still led by series creator Ken Levine and the great team at Irrational Games, as they continue some of the same dark themes of control and power, but take us to a completely new location. Welcome to Colombia, a bright city in the sky that's themed to the turn of the early 20th century. And this little slice of Americana is nothing to dream about, as it showcases some of the dark and extreme moments of American history. And while it does lightly tread on some themes, it at least is well executed with some great writing. And the environment plays even a bigger role this time, as you just won't be walking around floating buildings, but you'll also be riding through this rail system and facing some insane enemies. They even have their own backstory and reason for being in the world, and the amount of weapons and abilities you have are double from the last game. And mobility is a plus, especially that now we have even larger environments to travel around. And the environmental storytelling and level design is such a great plus for this game, as there's a great consistency to the environment, so it all feels the same and blends well. But whenever you go to different sections of buildings, there's still a great unique vibe that you know that you're in a different location and it's trying to tell its own story. There was even a set of DLC with one of them being themed of you fighting different enemies and placing your own different scenarios in different levels and environments from the game, which I never stuck too much. But if you were a fan of the gameplay and you just wanted to continue that, and especially that the story was a limitation of you being able to do that, at least now you have full range to just go on. Especially that the gameplay here is really great, and that they added more railing systems and scenarios is also a great addition, because the base story just had a decent amount to scratch the itch, but not enough that you were like, okay, I really did this throughout the game. And it's not as linear as the first game, which I really appreciate, but the story is the center here. While I won't spoil anything, they added some amazing voice acting for the lead and your companion throughout the story, adding just way more personality and lore to the world without having to go and find so many audio logs that was a kind of a hindrance from the previous game. And while it isn't necessary to play the first title for this one, the DLC does take us back to Rapture. And while the story's fine, I really would have preferred they just would have continued on the story, or at least maybe explain a little bit more of the ending, because it is a wild one that I won't spoil, but it's almost like a 20-minute cutscene, I believe. And while the story isn't bad by any means, it feels more like a mini game than DLC, that while it does connect from the original game, it just adds more confusion than if anything. Because while I love Rapture, I just really was intrigued by the city of Colombia. Because there's not too many stories in any media that mess around with American history, especially adding their own layer of fiction to it. And this felt like a proper and unique sequel compared to other games, because they weren't just copy and pasting what they had from the first one. It almost felt like every title from here could have been its own unique city with its own themes and ideology and still work, which I think made fans want to experience how this one could be, to then imagine what the future of the series could go to. Its FPS mechanics became far faster and responsive, with some amazing cinematic set pieces that added a great addition to the series, bringing the player far more deeper into the mad world of Colombia. And now to answer the question, should you play? And I say yes. While it's not necessary, I do recommend playing the first game so you can at least get a sense of some of the themes and mechanics that you will experience in this game. And while I know the story's dark and mature themes may not grab everyone, the Bioshock series has always found a unique way to add their own twist to the FPS genre, so much so that the fans still want more. I just became the 8th member of the Sandy Seashore Singing Choir, out of 10. Alright ladies, on 3, no slacking, you better not embarrass me, alright? We going to the city, coming to your block. Good evening, Governor. Me mom's just made some fresh bakeries, some teas and crumpets for your begging. Also, I kinda noticed that you weren't subscribed to the channel. What's wrong with you? You mad? But yeah, how about you check out me Lord's live radio broadcast stream? Yo, thank you for watching the video. It's your boy Skater V. Please like and share the video and subscribe. Yay! Thank you for supporting Milo's channel. And now for the ceremonial bread dance. Bing, bing, chung, bing. Oh, you like it and you want to, but you cannot get it. Pay me for the crumbs.